How many episodes of Yellowstone have you watched since your last snack? That means you probably need a McDelivery. Fridays in October, get 3 months of Peacock Premium when you spend $15 or more on DoorDash McDelivery with offer code Peacock.
At participating McDonald's, terms apply. Valid in U.S. only till 10/31/21. Delivery prices may be higher.
Hold on. Hi guy. What? Okay. Yeah, just kind of waiting for people to get in here. But Dragalia Losties. Oh my god. How do I, like, remove, like, this buffer thing? Do I guess I can switch over here. A little bit. Hopefully that makes it better. Renji! Oh, not Renji. Yeah, we still have like what 9 minutes before we actually start. So if you could like it's my first stream, but I'm glad you like the Credney. I think Renji is just constantly in a state of being on timeout, just in general. So I think it's kind of fine. Yeah, so few viewers, but I think it's okay. I'm so confused. How?
Grammarly can't teach you to dance, but it can help you make a great impression.
For
free. As you type, Grammarly ensures
Uh, uh. Oh my god. Na 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 this cruel world. Na 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 sunrise so blossom. Ooh. Okay. Okay, we have 4 concurrent viewers. I guess we're off to an okay start. Na 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 na. Na 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 this cruel world. Na 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 na. Okay, stream seems to be okay despite what my stream manager is telling me. Let's see. We'll be once again to reiterate, we'll be officially starting our overview at 15. So, I'm just gonna go over in a lot of DL chats and this sure is. Okay. Hopefully that brings in more viewers. But if it doesn't, no need to fret. I will just proceed with things once we hit the 15 mark, which is in 3 minutes. Thank you guys for waiting this long. Hold on, I need to like okay, I made it so he's like not bouncy anymore, but okay, because the bouncy was kind of bothering me. But anyways, I don't think that will be much concern to me when the 15 mark starts. I could like pop out this chat, right? Pop out chat. Let's see. Dragalia Lost, lore time! Okay. Huh? Though, we are starting at 2:15 officially. But I started early just to make sure stream was working and all. Seems like it is. Okay. Okay. I think we are just about ready, so I'll switch on over here. All right. This is it. Thank you guys for coming. We are officially starting the very first Dragalia Lore Overview stream. Yay! Okay, so like I said, what better time to start than the 3rd anniversary? I think I was using Regina in my preview trailer on Twitter, but I decided I would use my little apostle guy, cause I like him. So anyways, as you can see on the screen, our main topic will be Faith Forsaken Part 1, and because okay, so we might touch up upon Chapter 21 and the adventure stories Harl, maybe Galazethia. Not sure if I'll get to Galazethia today, but yeah. So I will be operating based on the assumption that everyone has read at least Faith Forsaken Part 1, including the epilogue, and the main campaign up to now. So maybe for Harl's Adventures, maybe that's why. So yeah. Okay. Oh my god, please be kind to me. This is my first stream. I am kind of weird. Okay. So we will first introduce our setting. Where does Faith Forsaken take place in the Grand? Okay, not the ad. I am so tired of the ads. Okay, whatever. Okay. So for our setting, we set the stage in Groms with the Apostles front and center. According to This Month in Dragalia, the event takes place after Chapter 22 of the main story, which has not been released yet. Based on the preview we have of this, we're looking at events that happen after or alongside the showdown between the Dual 7 Scions, Yudin and Nedric, and the showdown with Bahamut. We can say for certainty it is after Chapter 21, because the sacred shard needed for Satan's revival is in Loki's possession at the beginning of Faith Forsaken, and I think it is said that Yudin and the Halidom guys are still at the sacred tree at the beginning of Faith Forsaken Part 1. So yeah. So what I'm thinking is, this is like a shift in focus to show a different story path and perspective that will eventually converge with Yudin's path later on, since Yudin will appear in the second event half. So now that we have like the position of Faith Forsaken Part 1 in the plot, I think something that's like extremely interesting about this event compared to our past events, which was like Fractured Futures, Forgotten Truths, Dawn of Dragalia. It's really interesting because this is directly intertwined with the main story, but it's not from the perspective of Yudin. But it's like really well written for an event, and it's definitely deserving for the 3rd anniversary event title. It was okay. So about the event, in terms of story, it was very, very emotional and compelling. It had some really, really good and funny lines as well. My friend told me to mention the part where Regina almost said a swear word. And what was Nevin's funny line again? Nerd, bookworm, workaholic, little shrimpy weirdo. And I don't know. I think in terms of story dynamics, it really solidly showed the teamwork of the apostles, and especially how, honestly, Regina girl bossed that, let's just say. Nevin! I love Nevin. So, I kind of want to cut right to the chase regarding important things we have learned in this event. So, I think what I'm focusing on here is Revelations. Renji, I'm gonna have to put you in. So I will be touching upon, like, there were a lot of like revelations about the past and lore in this event too. Ooh, nice fitting background music, thank you. We learned that the real Harl was trapped in a different timeline, and his imposter is a meddler in the chain of causality, a demon named Loki. We see more of this expanded upon in Harl's adventurer story. Although Harl and Loki were very similar in personality, and Harl himself was overall really a sneaky sly bastard, one core difference is their ideology, in which Harl is idealistic and believes in the future of possibility and choice. Meanwhile, Loki, he seems to have something else going on. So yeah, Loki has something going on. And it's kind of mysterious. No idea what's going on with him. But oh well. So, Loki, sus. Next plot point I have here on my doc, Metatron. Let's talk about Metatron, guys. Okay, so Metatron is mentioned again and had an involvement in the Empyrean War, but the Archangels don't remember much about Metatron or the technology used to create the fallen angel mimicries used to seal the demons away. Sandalphon apparently might know something, but she can't talk about it. That was like one specific line towards the beginning of the event that my friend brought up. And that really is interesting, where they, if Regina and Sandalphon continue that conversation later on, we might find out more. So, okay. The other thing we know about Metatron is that a sacred shard with their mana is required for the ritual to release Satan's soul from the otherworld. Speaking of which, that segues into my next plot point, my next point of interest, in which the resurrection of Satan requires three aspects: the flesh, which lies in the fragments in the 5 archdemons, the heart, which lies in the human vessel, and the soul, which requires 666 sacrifices and the aforementioned sacred shard with Metatron to acquire from the otherworld. Additionally, Loki briefly mentions the backup plan in the Key to Perdition. This is an alternative means of creating a key from potent mana to make an otherworld opening. We know this alludes to Nino and Ella-san, but it isn't touched up upon in the event beyond that one mention of it. If you wish to know more about the key to perdition in relation to these two characters, please read Gala Alex's story and the Blessed Bloodline event, accessible on the dragalialost.wiki. So I think it's I think it's really cool, even if a bit cheesy, but cool. They managed to implement 600, the number 666 in the Dragalia lore. So we do know that at the beginning of the event, Basilius said he was to be the heart of Satan. Hold on, wait. So yeah, Basilius is to be the heart of Satan. But later on we find out that it's actually Auriga who is the heart of Satan and serves as the sacrifice. Next plot point is relating to Basilius, Regina, and Auriga's past. So, Grot and the previous Wing of War destroyed Basilius' village, which is why he seeks the revival of Satan for revenge on Grot and more beyond that. Notably, Regina and Auriga's I briefly touched upon Sandalphon, but when I was talking about Metatron. But okay. Let's see. Grot and the previous Wing of War destroyed Basilius' village, which is why he seeks revenge. Okay, I read that. Yeah. Regina and Auriga's village was also burned down. Although we can't say for certain all three came from the same village, it might be likely they were at least victims of the same atrocities Grot committed. Although that's merely speculation, evidence, but still speculation. And so, now that we have those important stuff from the event out of the way, it's time for theorizing. Because Dragalia Lost is absolutely insane. And speculation is plentiful to be had. So, my first theory point is that Auriga and Basilius are being used or manipulated by Loki.
So why not tires?
Yeah, they turned Grot into a MILF. Oh my god. Oh, but that was okay, segueing away from my script here to talk about that. Yeah, they turned Grot into a MILF to enact revenge. Oh my god. But that was really, really cool how Loki and Basilius kind of used the apostles against themselves by having them complete the 666 sacrifice for the revival. And god, that's so disturbing. But oh my god, I'm just generally interested in whatever the hell Loki is. Okay, going back to my script. Speaking of Loki, Auriga and Basilius are being used or manipulated by Loki. And here's my evidence. Auriga and Basilius both believe that the revival of Satan will save humanity somehow. We can infer that Basilius wishes for Satan's power to destroy the church's corruption for everything it wronged him for. Auriga believes that it will stop the progenitor. The problem is, recall to chapter 21 that the progenitor awaits the revival of Satan. Keep this in mind. And Loki is working with the progenitor, or at least for now. Both Basilius and Auriga believe that this action will create a possibility for humanity. However, this is everything against what the progenitor stands for. Effectively, this places Basilius and Auriga on our side against Satan, Loki, and the progenitor. Regina and Uriel mention in the event that a tool is only as good as the wielder's knowledge of it. This potentially alludes to Auriga and Basilius not knowing Satan's true nature or purpose. As far as I believe, Satan is an agent of total destruction. From the plot so far, what I can gather ultimately is that people are beings who naturally seek out possibility. Between Yuden, Zethia, even enemies like Nedric, unexpectedly Harl, Leonidas, Xiel, Ilia, Orga, Basilius, all of them seek a future of possibility. Because that is within the nature of their souls, because they desire something, and thus will seek out the possibility and freedom to be able to enact that desire. And thus they mirror Bahamut's ideal and will in direct opposition to the progenitor. Okay, so what I'm thinking, this next story arc in Dragalia, what is it, chapter 22, 23, 24, I believe? Up to chapter 24. This next story arc, I think, is primarily dealing with the progenitor as our main enemy. And so that segues into my next point, that Basilius and Mikhail will be our allies. Yes, I am pronouncing it as Mikhail because I can't call him Michael. But if you know me like in any capacity, you know I am in love with Mika. But anyways, segueing in from the previous point, we already know from the Dragalia Digest that Mikhail will be a summonable dragon in the future. From this, we can assume Basilius may be playable, but also with the aforementioned theory. Oh, by the way, I'm not touching on any data mines. If there was anything data mined, I will not be touching upon it. So, as I said in the description, all of this evidence for Basilius being playable is primarily based off of the lore and in-game evidence. Official evidence, no data mines here. Okay. So, from this, we can assume Basilius may be playable, but also with the aforementioned theory, Basilius may turn to our side after all. Also, wait, I'm thinking of... I need to bring up a particular CG that was brought up in the event. Hold on, let me just grab that real quick. Hold on, sorry. Faith Forsaken. Dragalia. There's a specific CG that hasn't been shown yet. I'm gonna go search for it. My computer is sharding itself. Should I not say that word on the stream? Don't demonetize me. Where the hell? Okay, but as we wait, you guys know the CG I'm talking about, right? The one where like all the apostles are kind of like apostles and archangels are kind of like hugging each other and stuff. Where is it? Why is my computer so slow? Can it like not? Can it not do this? I'm going to go insane. Oh my god. This is so funny that I am... Where is it? Senna? Hold on, wait. Where is... Okay. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. I give up. I'm not dealing with that. Yeah. Oh my god. So anyways, yeah, that CG, it kind of looks like... You can go into the, like, Faith Forsaken video itself or whatever, but based... It's not been shown yet, so it's probably in, like, part 2. from what I think, this means that like all the apostles and archangels, so like yeah, all the apostles and archangels are together, and we see Basilius and Mikhail smiling together in the back. Based on the vibe of the image, this could be a strong indicator towards their allyship for us. Another strong lead is that the Part 2 preview says that the 5 archangels sacrificed themselves, which probably includes Mikhail and not Sandalphon. Considering Mikhail's strong devotion to Basilius and fixation on atonement for the atrocity he committed against him and his village, that probably denotes a shift in allegiances. I am sorry. Maybe they won't entirely die yet. I don't think they'll actually sacrifice themselves. I really... they probably won't, honestly. They probably won't actually die, let's be real. But man, it will probably be very emotionally charged. And, I think several of you have probably seen my chess theory on Twitter regarding the apostles. This also ties into my Basilius ally / playable evidence, but also it's just generally really cool to bring up in general. So, the 6 apostles mirror the 6 chess pieces from their name meanings to personalities and symbolism. I first started looking into this when my friend brought up that Regina is named Queen in Japanese, and I found that Regina meant queen, and I went from there. Okay. So, going down the list, so let's start with Basilius, meaning king. He's the king piece in chess. The king is important in chess, but is not very powerful, reflective of how the justification for his actions is weak and his actions are inherently unjust, as stated by Mikhail himself. Regina, meaning queen. She's the queen piece. The queen is the most powerful piece in chess, and queens were considered to be especially ruthless in war. Same is for Regina, as we see in the event, her awesome girl boss tactics and all that. And then we have Nevin, meaning saintly. He's the bishop piece. Considered to be the leader right after the king and queen, Nevin leads in his own way. Let's see. Rizarda, meaning hardy or powerful, which is a derivative of Richard, which that name means like the same thing. She's the rook piece, like castle walls protecting. Faris, meaning horseman or knight. He's the knight piece. The knight also has a duty to protect like the rook, and Faris and Rizarda hold a close dynamic. Side note, those who know me on Twitter, I just think that okay. Oh my god. So, additionally in chess, the knight can jump over other pieces, and Faris is nimble and agile himself. I hope I'm making sense through all of this. Hold on. By the way, and then finally we have Pinon, meaning pearl or gem, that which beholds. In terms of name meaning, she doesn't fit as much with her piece, which is the pawn, as much, but the thing is, Pinon sounds a bit like pawn or peon. She was manipulated like a pawn by Basilius. However, a pawn in chess has the potential to promote to a more powerful piece, like a queen. Just like how Pinon has repeatedly been shown to have overwhelming power and potential. Hi, Farisa. Farisa real. Anyways, another piece I brought up for like the promoting to a queen thing. Both Regina and Pinon are water attuned. And I think that's honestly really, really cool. I guess it could also go to show how Regina herself may have been a pawn at some point. I think in her backstory she said she's haven't read her adventurer story yet, so I'm just going off of the event. Regina is the queen piece. And she might have been a pawn at some point because she at one point in her life was in the slums of Groms, and she worked her way up to the status of commander of the apostles. So Pinon, as repeatedly shown to have like overwhelming power. Pinon alt. Pinon. So Pinon, overwhelming potential, very interesting character. I think Pinon is cool. And now tying back into my this is why Basilius will be playable. So from this, since all of the apostles are chess pieces who work together, it'd make sense if Basilius joins them for them to be at their full power. They can operate without their king piece as shown in the event, but narratively it'd just be very satisfying and logical for Basilius to join up for real. And thing with Basilius, almost this entire time, he's kind of been putting on a front, lying constantly. But I'm kind of interested in knowing, like, the true Basilius. Because, God, the amount of how much they've expanded upon Basilius in this event is just so interesting. Anyways, additionally, we have the song Checkmate. Y'all remember Checkmate, right? And like, wait, I think, oh, I did not realize my music stopped, but, let me just, restart this playlist again. So that's like my lore evidence backing for Basilius playable, and Basilius being our ally. Yeah. Okay. We still have. So that's. Hold on. I also want to bring up what is it? The other thing about the apostles regarding their parallels to the main cast. So the Apostles and Auriga mirror some members of the South Crustea cast, particularly those within the church. So first up, we have Pinon and Elisan. Both of them are water attuned, have bunny motifs, are associated with purity, and have brimming exceptional mana potential, are associated with a sense of naivety, although are willing to grow and learn, deciding their respective paths for themselves. Okay. And next up, we have Nevin and Curran. Generally well-intentioned, but have their own faults. Nevin being a bit too laid back and even blasphemous. Curran also constantly messing up on his words. Both shadow-attuned, follow their own unique path of their faith, and have some smarts for their respective jobs. Nevin being a particularly good strategist, and Curran, I mean, being an inquisitor, he's probably very good at like deduction and all that. Next up, we have Rizarda and Julieta. Both are strong light-attuned girls. They both have strong positions as apostle or paladin, but they easily get anxious and uncertain about themselves. However, when needed, they can muster up enough courage to protect those they love and care about. And next up, no element match here, but we have Faris and Alex. They both have traumatic pasts that haunt them. They either have or had to strive to perfection in their respective jobs. Both have a similar aesthetic or vibe of like assassin, rogue, kind of the sneaky, agile one. Both were also convicted of convicted of a crime they didn't do due to manipulation on another party's behalf, trying to get either Pinon or Elisan to turn on them. And Pinon and Elisan mirror each other. Yeah. So, both are very serious about their goals and genuinely care for others in their own way. Also, both have some lore ties to a secret underground organization. For Faris, it's the Syndicate, mentioned/implied in his adventurer story, and for Alex, it's Dorothy's Assassin Guild in her Gala story. Also a bonus, both are ranged flame units that inflict Scorch Rend, even if Summer Alex is an alt. That's another fun coincidence. Okay. Next parallel we have is Basilius and Tobias. You guys know I'm having a field day with this one because I love Tobias. Tobias is wait, I need to I love Tobias. So okay. So, the thing that's most intriguing to me about Basilius is his parallels to Tobias. Okay, so Tobias, he used to enact senseless killing, but he realized it wasn't particularly the truth. Basilius, he was a victim of senseless destruction and wants to enact vengeance. Both want to change the church somehow. But Tobias does it through an ideal of love, whereas Basilius is driven by war or vengeance. He causes destruction so that the ends may justify the means. Both would sacrifice something for their causes if it meant creating a changed world. For Tobias, he would, and he did, sacrifice himself, literally his life. In his Fabula story, he straight up dies before Mine revives him. And for Basilius, he would sacrifice others. He wouldn't really sacrifice himself. He just bluffs all the time. We don't even know what his deal is. I think that's also another thing. Tobias is like generally really, really truthful, but Basilius, he manipulates his way through everything. Okay. So Tobias uses the power of the goddess, and Basilius looks to the power of Satan, who is, I guess, the anti-goddess. Both are also wind-attuned, hold a sort of leader position, and have light blonde hair. Oh my god. Anyways. Next, we have Auriga and Zethia. And this, okay. Aspects of the church with similar mana to each other. Auriga came from a lowly village and worked her way up to the ranks of Aspects, whereas Zethia hails from royalty. Both have siblings they're very close to, and not related to by blood, but very, very close. Also, both have been overtaken by a demonic otherworld entity and have strong resolves to their respective goals. However, the difference is that Zethia was possessed by force, whereas Auriga gave herself up willingly. I think it's really nice to have all these like parallels where they have similarities and also opposites to each other. It's just very narratively nice. And finally, that's like ties very much into our next parallel, which is Regina and Yuden. Yuden may not exactly be like a church guy, but he's Yuden, so like I think he gets a pass. Okay, so tying into Auriga and Zethia, we have the other pair of siblings who are close and not related by blood. Both are respected and beloved leaders or commanders of their respective groups, although Regina is more level-headed and grounded, whereas Yuden is a bit more idealistic. Both had to climb the ranks and prove their worth to earn the respect of others. Once again, Regina comes from like a lowly village, whereas Yuden came from royalty. However, they both still apply. Okay. Both mirror certain important historical figures in Grastea. Yuden mirroring Alberius for obvious reasons, and Regina paralleling Ilia, who is a technology alchemy genius. And also, I have this other gift to show. I think some of you may have seen it before, actually, but I am going to put it on the screen just because. Loop. Okay, I'm expanding this. As you can see here, their skill 2s are both colorful burst with multiple effects relating to the versatility they have due to the bonds with their allies. It's so nice to look at. Do you guys think it's nice to look at? I think it's nice. Let's see. Another visual. I guess I'll download this image. I have this like on my Tumblr, by the way. Image. Create new. Regina Yuden. Sorry, we're doing like some funny stream stuff here. Why did I like name it a key smash though? Am I that far gone? Anyways, we have this. This might be a bit of a stretch, but I think it might be a bit relevant. They're both reaching out to their sibling who's about to get possessed by an otherworld entity. I think this Yuden was from chapter 5. And of course this Regina and Orga are from the last event part, or the second half of part 1, the epilogue. So yeah. Okay. We have been going on for like what, 35 minutes. Or technically 50 since I started. Okay. Let's see. I guess I do have a bit more time, so I could segue into Galazethia's story. I'm kind of like, I think for a lot of people, Galazethia's story has kind of left way more questions than answers. Kind of shows like there was an alternate universe where Zethia had the power of Bahamut, but we don't know like the other circumstances of that universe either. Like, and as for Ilia, there's a lot of different like theories people have about Galazethia's story. I think one theory I saw is that, okay, this means Gala Leonidas' story took place in a different universe. However, I don't think that's quite, I'm not sure. Some other people thought this meant that like, okay, this is like a different Ilia from like the Ilia of our timeline, who came to our universe to give Zethia the Bahamut blade. It's just like a lot of like, okay, so we have Morsiati who's like destroying Groms and everything. Zethia's friends all died. Yuden takes the hit and dies for Zethia. Zethia shapeshifts into Bahamut and gives Ilia the blade, and Ilia goes to our timeline. And okay, I'm just not entirely sure what the lore implications are there. I do have faith they will touch upon this later on in the main campaign, hopefully, maybe. But it's just, yeah, I guess it's thought-provoking to... What the heck is going on here? Actually, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll turn on my AC. Oh yeah, the relation to Galilean story, yeah. Yeah, things can be a bit ambiguous there. Let's see. I do want to loop back around to Metatron though, because oh my god, I do want to bring up my masculaxy theory that is really a huge concern to me right now. Promotional art. No. That's not the art I want. Hello? Promotional art, Be Forsaken. 3rd anniversary countdown. Okay, so... It's this art that I want to talk about. Hold on. Let me bring myself up above. Actually, no. I guess I'll like hide the text. Wait, I was talking this entire time and it wasn't picking up because okay. Anyways, let me start that over. Okay, so this star tetrahedron shape in the background. I'm just gonna like speed through this since like oh my god. Okay. So star tetrahedron represents duality, physical body and spiritual self, like how masculine and laxy control the mind and body respectively in Eden mode. Male and female, or masculine and laxy, that's kind of obvious. And as for heaven and earth, which could represent Maestro coming from the Sky City arc, and Masculaxy being technology intended to aid humans. It's theorized Maestro is from the Sky City arc based on the end of Galamascula's story, where Xiel notes that the writing on their hands is of an ancient civilization that writing only exists in the current day in the Sky City arc. So what does this have to do with Metatron? The star tetrahedron is the 6th shape enclosed within Metatron's cube. These shapes and this cube are said to maintain the balance of the world itself and its flows and processes. So you have this Masculaxy connected to Metatron somehow, in some way. Okay. Alternatively, for heaven and earth, the fact that the star tetrahedron is enclosed within Metatron's cube may be a pointer to Metatron in universe. The archangels all have white hair, a trait shared by Masculaxi. Additionally, Sandalphon is somewhat mechanical or technological herself, Masculaxi being man-made of the earth versus their potential connection to the angels of the heavens. This countdown art broke me. It just opens up way too many questions that we aren't even gonna touch upon in at least 6 months. And there's just a lot. Maybe if they do like, no, they aren't doing interludes anymore, are they? Hopefully it'll be like mentioned in passing or something. But Xiel seems to have like, Xiel actually might be a key player in whatever is going on here. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I have for my lore overview stream today. Is there anything else anyone wants to say or anything? Thank you guys for coming to like my first stream though. It means a lot that you guys were very, very kind and enjoyable as viewers in the chat. Very respectful. I really, really highly appreciate that you guys were respectful and were willing to listen to me. Of course, this stream will be archived, so you can look back to it. I guess I do have some of these points in a Google Doc, and I will also be posting it to my Dragalia Tumblr side blog, which I still need to configure. But anyways, yeah. Also in the description, I have a link to some Discord servers I'm in, or Discord servers I moderate. You can join the Xiel server and give yourself the announcement ping roll to keep updated on these streams or my other uploads. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Guess I'll wait a bit for like the stream to catch up. And with everyone. Wait, I have something funny. Hello. I am Grimnir, a war god. Anyways, that's it. That's kind of all I want to show. Anyways.